Hello, everyone, and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a you versus them love reading for my dearest Scorpios. We'll explore your energy, the energy of the person on your mind, and the dynamic between you, not to fix or chase anyone, but to support your clarity, self-trust, and emotional steadiness. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Scorpios, please. All right, so your person, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Your energy, the Six of Swords. Scorpio, you're moving on, and somebody here is nervous to reach out or feeling less than confident. We have the Five of Swords energy in reverse. So this is conflict resolution. This is healing. And your person, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. So your person, I don't really get that this person is juggling. What I get is this person is back and forth about whether or not they have a chance with you or whether they can make things up to you. Now, some of you, it could be a secret admirer. It doesn't have to be someone you've had a fight or an argument with. But I do feel like, my Scorpios, you're moving on. You're moving forward, and this person is very nervous, right? Nervous and lacking confidence right now. They could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or just have strong earth in their chart. All right, and the Three of Wands in reverse. This person could be at a distance with you, or at a distance from you. And again, they could be somebody online, or they could be somebody who's at physical distance from you. Or they might have been the ones who blocked this connection, Scorpio. They're viewing you as the King of Swords in reverse. Formidable opponent. Someone who's not communicating. Somebody who may be angry, maybe pissed off, maybe even a bit resentful. Okay, especially if this person blocked this connection or, cut out or dipped kind of unexpectedly. You're moving on, though. You're in this really powerful energy. All right. You're in a very powerful energy. And what I love about this cat lady, coming from a cat lady, is, I kind of feel like you have your house in order, Scorpio. You know what your priorities are. You're not afraid to be on your own. I feel like you have fulfillment in your purpose, and you may miss this person. You may feel lonely for a period of time here, but you're not alone. Okay, I really like this energy because I'm picking up on some very, very evolved Scorpios and Scorpios who have really done the work, who know that, I'm not going to be, in Spanish, there's a saying, it's mejor sola que mal acompañada, which is, it's better for me to be on my own than to be in bad company, right? And I feel like, my Scorpios, you have very strong resolve. Have you felt deeply here? Absolutely. But you're in this really powerful energy of like, I'm not chasing what doesn't want to get caught, and I have dignity. All right. So I like your energy, Scorpio. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. Now, some of my Scorpios, you may be open to healing things with this person, provided there wasn't any sort of lies or deceit or betrayal. But what I'm seeing with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, I kind of feel like you're doing it for yourself, though. Like you're bringing yourself out of the cold. I feel like you're not allowing yourself to dwell on, what you're missing or what you could have done to keep this person. No, I think I really get this really powerful energy of you being like, I did what I could. I know what I offer. And yes, I'm disappointed. I'm hurt. I'm sad. But I'm putting one foot in front of the other, and I'm not chasing. And I have dignity. You're viewing this person as the Four of Swords in reverse. So you may know that this person is feeling a bit restless or heartbroken. Again, you might see them starting to like watch your stories or like your updates and things like that. Or just energetically, because you're so intuitive, Scorpio, you may just feel like that they're going to try to come back around. Okay. The Five of Swords energy in reverse tells me that there is potential for healing here, but we'll see. How are they viewing the relationship? The Five of Wands. Conflicted. Maybe there was a lot of fighting, bickering, and arguing. You may have triggered something in this person, Scorpio. Again, they may feel like they're not good enough for you. Okay, so they may have felt unsettled, okay, by your energy, because I'm getting like I'm really connecting with my Scorpios who are, you're very much in your own power. And not everybody can meet you there. I just want to remind you, not everyone can meet you there, especially when you're in this energy that I'm picking up on. And the moon energy in reverse. Yeah, Cancer, Pisces energy. See, you know, I think my Scorpios, you are quite transparent here, but I think you're seeing very clearly the situation. I think you know, with the help of your intuition as well, but you know the truth of this connection. Okay, and that truth is going to be different for all of you. And the Nine of Cups. Yeah, so your wish fulfillment may be to get more clarity from this person, even though you do have a deep knowing. Some of you, your wish fulfillment is to heal things with this person, but it's them who's going to have to come towards you. They're going to have to meet you where you are, okay? And for others of you, my Scorpios, the Nine of Cups is you saying, you know what? I'm done. I'm done, and I'm putting myself out there. Okay, maybe not right away, maybe not jumping right into another relationship, but you know what? I'm not going to sit at home and cry about this. Powerful Scorpio energy here. All right, let's see what's going on with this person. But there is potential for healing here. The Garden and the Gate. So sometimes this is the grass wasn't greener on the other side energy. And for some of my Scorpios, I mean, that may be the case. Maybe they moved in a different direction or with somebody else, but I don't really feel that. I just kind of feel like this person, they're looking at what they have and they're looking at what they're potentially losing. Okay. And this person has the key to walk through that door, but they're hesitating, right? And if they do come towards you, it may be a different story, but I see my Scorpios, you're not going to be the ones chasing. This person may be overthinking, but some of you, they may have been a bit avoidant here. All right, and we see deceit. This person's coming in with truth, or they're seeing the truth. But this person has definitely been doing a lot of overthinking. Now, if this is a breakup, you know, in the beginning, this person may have not thought about it much at all, right? And it's starting to hit them now. All right, so let's see what we need to know about this person. But this person, it knows they need to come in with clarity. They're nervous, they're anxious, they're looking at what they've potentially lost or losing. Let's see what we need to know about them. Yeah, they want to come back around, or they're going to try. But this person has been very selfish. Now, I'm not going to go so far as say that they're a narcissist, but this may have been a one-sided relationship. And Scorpio, this person may have even felt at one point in time they had the upper hand. They may have felt like, oh, Scorpio's all in. And they may have been even a little bit, I want to say, turned off by that, right? But it's interesting because they're seeing you differently now. They're realizing that they took you for granted, or their ego got ahead of them. And yes, were you all in? It sounds like it. It seems like it. But does that mean that you're somebody's, that you don't have any dignity, or that you're not going to cut them off? Absolutely not. And I think they're starting to see things differently. I think they're also starting to see how they were selfish with you, how they misread the room, or they misread the relationship. All right. Your energy, keep a positive mindset. You're going to manifest what you want. Some of my Scorpios, you're channeling your energy into your work and your career. It's about to take off if it hasn't already. But you are going to manifest what you want here, wish fulfillment, because my Scorpios, you're very clear about what you want. All right. And you're healing. You're focused on healing. And so some of my Scorpios, you will not be letting this person back in. All right. Now, others of you, you might. I mean, there's potential for healing. It really just depends on what happened here. Okay. And you know your story. You know your story. All right. Let's see what this person's actions are in the next week or so. Hermit card. Doing a lot of thinking, a lot of analysis, because I think, Scorpio, this person may have thought you were going to chase, or they may have thought that they can come and go as they please. I think they're seeing you differently. All right. And they're doing some introspection. And we see the Ace of Swords, and that's going to lead to some sort of communication here and potentially trying to reconcile. But of course, like I said, my Scorpios, I think you're going to be split here as to whether or not you're going to give this person a chance. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Enabling. There is someone you're helping, or are you? In reality, you may be enabling them to continue in negative patterns and never take full responsibility for themselves. Step back and let things play out. See, this is the energy I was picking up on, Scorpio. Really interesting energy. See, you may have been very loving, very helpful to this person, very gracious, very abundant, like giving them gifts and being very sweet to them. You know, water sign, I'm in love energy, right? But I think in doing so, you may have allowed them to continue in negative patterns, and you may have never made them take full responsibility for that. I think you're doing that now. Okay, I really do. I think you're doing that now. And I think you're stepping back and letting things play out. And I think this person at one point thought they had the upper hand. And I think the realities that they're seeing is that you always have. All right, Scorpio. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.